digits, I promise you. There's my thumb. There's the rest of it. Anyways, this was a really amazing experience because it was so beautiful yesterday morning, because it was just peaceful and quiet. And when it's kind of like drizzly or cloudy, those molecules and the atoms and the protons, oh my goodness, they are just fired up. So here it is. And then I'll tell you the story real quick after that. And I tried using my hand just to get, involved in it and really focused, wanting this really bad. I put a big effort into this and gave it my best shot. This is a 1080p camera. You can see something right there coming out, right through the clouds. This is unbelievable. I mean, I probably one of my top 10 all time. This is incredible. It came out, said hello, then a little thing flies in there. That was the magnetic field, and another one comes at the end. Yeah, and it goes away. There's a magnetic one that shoots over there too. I mean, that was like, and I don't really put my hands in a lot of my videos. You guys know that already. But I just had this urgency to do it. So I was like, what the hell, might as well try, right? Comes down. Let's go back even further. So it looks like I made it look like I worked for it a little bit, because I did work for it. This is just a proof that there is a higher being in us. This is real significant proof of that. I mean, I'm up there pointing my finger at that location in the sky, and you got to tell me during a cloudy morning of fog and mist, you're going to tell me that I got lucky again. How many times do you guys want me to get lucky before you're going to realize that I'm not joking with you? That I'm somebody different. I see things differently. I look at things differently. And I have a relationship with a newer God. The New Order God. Oh, it wants to come right down right now. It's going to come right from here and come this way. And I'm trying. I'm really spinning. I'm doing everything. I want this thing to come out. I didn't even know it was there. I'm just trying to experiment with things. See, I'm always thinking out of the box. So I was trying to create like a way to move some of the clouds out. And as I move my hands, the clouds do kind of leave a little bit, which is really fascinating. Even when my hands are in here, I'm moving some of this stuff. Do you see that? Here's slow motion. Boom, I pointed to it. Boom. That's a disc. That is your perfect disc. Doesn't get any more disc friendly than that. That's a disc. But it was really, really, like right now it's raining and stormy a little bit. But what are the odds of something flying in when you're pointing to it with your finger? And there was actually two of them. There was one that was a little bit smaller. I mean, this is like stuff you see on, just sci-fi channels or something, or Star Wars, and it happens to me a lot. And yesterday I got in an argument with a cameraman. He didn't really know me, but he was on this UFO webpage. Facebook page. And he gets on there, and his name's Tommy, the camera guy. And I'm like, who calls himself the camera guy, the cameraman? I mean, what's going on? That thing flies in there too, and there's another piece that flies in there later on. But there it goes. I guess that means like you're good at cameras or something. Just because you know a lot about cameras, that has nothing to do with the UFO topic, by the way. You don't have to be a camera genius to film things or experience things. In fact, you don't need a camera at all to experience things. So I'm not afraid or impressed that someone's a cameraman. I don't know why they have him on that channel snooping around, probably to debunk odd videos, I guess. So like the joke's on you, right? But he messed with the wrong guy. Because you guys know, I'm all about authenticity. And his first comments were, I wouldn't have filmed it that way. I would have done this and that. He didn't do a good job of this, that. Very critical, very snobby, critical. But yet he's never filmed a fourth dimensional shapeshifted object. And I said to him, if you haven't filmed a UFO, why are you here critiquing him? He didn't have a comment for that. If you're going to shit on my video, and I had some gentlemen like, hey, just be nice about it. We got to be PC. And it's like, I don't got to be PC to nobody, bro. I don't need that shit. I don't need some punk ass guy who says he's the master of all cameras that's going to lecture me on UFOs. This is my life. This is what I do. I have so many beautiful experiences from this that who do you think you are? Because most of the time they're not going to run into their cameraman. They're not going to run into the cameraman. They can't. Because the cameraman is a CGI person. Just like he was saying. I would have used this angle, made sure the parking lights were turned off. I would have had this, I would have had that. You wouldn't have nothing, sir, because that was a three-dimensional shape-shifting object. Unless you live in 4D world, then maybe you could prepare for it. Otherwise, you don't know where to go. Because in 4D, you can go forward, it can go next to you, farther away, farther this way, that way. But anyways, I asked God if I did the right thing. And it gave me this as an affirmation. In a cloudy day, and another UFO flies right next to it. And another one comes in at the end and follows it. It's a dark color. Right there. Flies right in. So I got my confirmation yesterday morning. And I feel good about it. I do. And I left the page because I don't need that. I don't need, it's like, you know what? It's hard enough being an experiencer and getting these moments when you have to go outside because you have this intuition and this feeling and you do it. And a lot of my videos are always too good to be true. And it's like, well, why? Why is it too good to be true? Why can't you believe me? Because I'm not anointed by the government. Is that why? So I'm just a regular person, the guy next door. The government didn't promote me like Louis Elizondo and Stephen Greer. Would you like that better? Or maybe it should be somebody that's imperfect. That's just a regular average person. Maybe that's what really needs to get the message across, so that you can do it too. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to go to the CIA and get ideas and this and that. They have to go to you. They're coming to me now. They have to, because nobody can be this lucky. When I go outside, I got planes around me. I've got helicopters around me. They need to know where I'm at. It's like all of a sudden I've turned into a national fucking state asset. Somebody asked me, you're not leaving the country anytime soon. I'm like, no, who are you? Who was just asking? I'm going to run over to Russia and give them these secrets? Believe it in your heart. If you believe it in your heart, you got a chance. If you don't, then don't waste your time. It just stopped by a little bit, but I aimed for that area and I spun my hand around that area. But who are you these people, this cameraman, I said the same thing to him, and I think it was rude of me, but you put me on blast, and then you tried to use the weight of the Facebook page to justify it. Well, I don't like the fact that he filmed off of one monitor to another because that's a good way of cheating. No, it's not. It makes the footage worse. I'm not, and you're talking about I didn't do a good job filming it. Since when the hell can you film a fourth dimensional shape-shifting object? What would you do, Tommy? You've never even fucking seen one. So that's my point. It's like, so why don't you just, and instead of just guessing what do you think it is, why don't you just call me over? I was on the page. You saw me. Okay, you knew I was there. But you didn't think I was the filmer. You just thought I was the guy supplying the video. I get it. So I probably caught you off guard when I said, hey, I do my own footage. Now, all your questions would have been answered, Tommy, if you would have sat and listened to the beginning of the videotape. I'm sorry, the recording. Videotape, right. All right, but if you didn't, you could have still asked me instead of saying, well, we think it's fake. And this group deserves it because this is the best UFO group ever. And this group owes this, and you owe it to them, and you should have done this, you should have done that. Don't tell me what to do, okay? Please don't do that. I'm 45 years old, okay? Tommy, you're not my boss. I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe the person that runs this page nothing. If anything, you guys should be happy to have me. And I'm dead serious. Because every other group I go to, they're thrilled. You want to know why? Because they're going to get an experience like this the next day. And then 2 days later, it's going to be something else. And 4 days later, it's another one. And they get to see the freshest stuff that comes out all the time. Why is that? Because I'm different. And I was made to go on your page to put your cameraman into shame. Because your cameraman said, I'm not going to argue with you until you give me the exact real copy. It's already on YouTube, dummy. You got it. I don't like doing that because, look at my hands go through space-time. See? They're getting engulfed inside the space itself. Isn't that funny? Everything. All right. I do it because YouTube can own your rights of your videos, or at least get partial credit for everything if you just upload it the best way people can view it. If I do that, then they own this, like they own part of this video now. I think that's very unfair, but it is what it is. So I don't try to use my best vantages and scopes and ways to make it the best I can make it look. No, I save that for myself. My direct feeds are for myself, but that in particular footage, I do have a direct feed. Okay, I did it right from my laptop, and these cameramen are being selected because they're good at cameras, but do not confuse. Don't assume because you're good at cameras that you know how to film a UFO, or you know what to look for, or you know how to call them or interact with them. I can interact with a supreme being who you could call an alien. This supreme being is godlike in nature. Okay? The light beings are the ones that I get my information from. Okay? This guy who does the cameras knows nothing about any of this stuff. He doesn't know about my story. He doesn't know about how it happened. He doesn't know because he doesn't care. Because he's the cameraman. Tommy the Duke Morrison. Well, I said this to him like I've said to other people. If you have never seen a fourth dimensional shape-shifting object, then how the hell did you know if that was fake? Because that is a fourth dimensional shape-shifting object. Well, I wasn't sure, but okay, yeah, I know, I hear you. So how do you deem it fake? What's the reason? Well, I want it on a single screen. You know what? That's bullshit. That's like putting in a Tupac tape and then recording it with a cassette and then listening to it. Back then, they used to press record, and we would copy the exact song when only one person would buy the album, right? When we were broke when we were younger. Now you had Tupac. So you put in there. It's still Tupac playing. Maybe it's not as great as the original footage, but it's still Tupac. It's certainly not MC Hammer. You feel me? So it is real. Real knows real. Maybe you didn't like it because you got scared and you said, I've never seen this before. This is freaking me out. That's a possibility, but you'll never admit that. Maybe you're jealous. I'm the camera guy. Shouldn't I have better stuff than this guy? No, you won't. I'm a messenger. I'm a disciple. I'm here to not compete against you. I'm here to help support other Facebook pages, not fight with them. But when you call me a fake and a fraud, you're going after my integrity on this now. We got a problem. And the women didn't like some of the language I said, like, hey, you should shut your mouth, Mr. Cameraman, because you don't even film UFOs. I mean, it's like, gee, I make basketballs. I'm a great basketball maker. I have the leather, everything, but does that mean you're a good ball player? You understand what I'm telling you? And what are the coaches? 99% of the coaches in the NBA played basketball in the league. If you can't film a fourth dimensional UFO, and a lot of people can't, but if you have never even seen the concept of it, how can you grade it if it's real or not? There's no answer he gave me because he knows he's wrong. I'm not here to hate on anybody. I'm here to compete against the government. I'm not here to compete against anybody else. All right, I'm doing this to put the government in their place. You can point at the sky I just showed you, and you can call a UFO to you. Okay, that's what I just showed you. All right, and that was my affirmation that God was happy that I stuck up for myself, but more importantly for him. For him. Thank you. Have a good day.